Good evening to all of you. Welcome to our class. My apologies for my lateness. Okay, so today I want us to discuss on business valuation. And here shall be discussing how we value companies as well as how we do value individual financial instruments, individual financial assets. So you're going to have therefore more or less the topic into two, okay? Evaluation of financial instruments and evaluation of firms, okay? Both private as well as public listed company, okay? We are not going to go into detail, okay? We're not going to go into that core detail, okay? Because this one shall be covered under the advanced financial management, okay? So you're going to go, you shall be discussing, okay, some of the, in quote, the easy methods, okay, of valuation of firms, okay. In the advanced FM, you will discuss, okay, we will discuss on the other methods, okay, or other technical methods, okay. So for these topics, we shall not discuss the valuation models, okay, in too much detail, okay. Now, the first question you may want to ask yourself the question, okay, why do we need to carry out a valuation, okay? For example, why would you want to value company A? Why would you want to value company A? Okay, why would you want to value a subsidiary? Okay, why would you want to value a joint venture? Okay, the number of reasons, okay, the number of things or the number of reasons, okay, why it's worthwhile for us to determine what's the true value, okay, what's the value of this particular firm, what's the value of this particular financial instrument, okay. So the number of reasons, okay. One of the core reasons why it's worth enough to carry out valuation is, of course, in the case of acquisition, okay, which I think you've done in financial reporting, okay. We have a company wanting to acquire a subsidiary, okay. A company wanting to acquire to acquire a subsidiary, okay, to acquire an associate, okay. Don't forget, at the end of the day, okay, it's worth enough that you determine, okay, you as the company acquiring, you as the acquiree, okay, you as the one who is you as the acquirer, okay, the one who is acquiring the other firm, okay, the one who is submitting the bid, okay. Of course, you may determine if I was to acquire company A, if I was to acquire company B, okay, what therefore is going to be the amount I ought to be paying for this particular firm, okay. If I'll be acquiring 90% of this particular firm, how much therefore should I be paying? How much asset, for example? What's the value of that 90% I am acquiring in this particular firm? Therefore, how much do I need to pay for it, okay? How much do I need to pay for it? At the same time, if you're the shareholder of the company that is being acquired, you have to make an evaluation at the same time, okay? That if you have someone who is want to bid for my company, okay, someone who would want to buy my company, therefore, how much should I accept, okay? They want to buy 90% of my company, okay? I remain with 10%. Therefore, for the 90% they want to acquire, how much do I sell them to, okay? So therefore, by default, you may want to, it's a must, okay, more or less, okay, in quotes, okay, that determine, therefore, what's the value of my farm. I want to sell this farm to another company, okay, therefore, how much should I be asking them to provide, to give to me, okay, so you need to carry out valuation. You need to carry out valuation of that farm, of your farm, okay, in case you're the one who is selling a stake of your company, okay. I think it's in case, for example, we have the farm, okay, previously it was a private company, okay, so the company maybe currently is a private company, okay, so the company wants to make an assessment that they want to do an IPO, okay, they want to do an initial public offering. Now, if you're going to do a public offering, okay, you may want to make an assessment, therefore, if currently, okay, the original shareholder in quote, okay, the company, most of the founders of the company, okay, they do control 100% of the company, okay. Now, out of 100% of the company, how much do they want to sell to the market, okay? They want to sell, for example, let's say 40% of the company. They remain with their 60%, and they sell 40% to the public members, okay? Now, this 40% they want to sell to the public member. What is the value of that 40%, okay? Because don't forget, if you're going to add a value, or if you're going to add a value your firm, it means you're simply passing on your wealth, okay, from yourself, you as the founders, to the market, okay, to the public, in short, okay. So you may want, it's a must you tell me therefore, okay, what's our actual wealth in our firm. If you're going to sell 40% of a company to the public, therefore how much should we be asking the public to give us for that 40% that we are intending to sell to them, okay? In the case of the floating or the sale of company, okay? Then also, in case the company is being broken down, okay? I think you're done in partnership, okay? I think you've done this, for example, in partnership, okay? Where if you're going to, for example, be admitted a new partner, if you're going to, for example, be one partner is, or we are dissolving the partnership, okay? Or one partner is is exiting the partnership. Because you need to value that partnership, okay? You need to value the partnership return. Therefore, if you're going to have a new partner coming in, okay? Therefore, what is going to be therefore their stake of ownership in the firm, okay? This is a new partner. How much money should they bring along with them, okay? If they want to control 10% of the partnership, if they want to control, for example, 30% of the partnership, okay? How much money therefore should they bring along with them, okay? If they want to control X% in the new partnership. If an old partner is exiting the partnership, okay, now we need to pay them off, okay, we need to pay off the old partner, okay, as they exit the company. Now, in case you misvalue, in case you're going to have wrong calculations, okay, for the value of the partnership, for example, and therefore either the partner who is exiting the firm is going to go with your wealth, you as the remaining partners, okay, you as the remaining partner, okay. So you have to be very careful. You have to tell me therefore how much should we pay for this partner who is exiting the partnership, okay. Otherwise, in case you do wrong values, okay, you're either going to be giving him your wealth, your money, okay, your wealth, or either you're going to be shortchanging him, okay. So you have to be able to carry out a proper evaluation of the partnership, okay, before it is being broken down, for example, okay. In some instances, you can also have a case where the company shares are being used as a collateral. The company share are being used as a collateral to acquire maybe loans, okay? So the loan provider, okay, maybe the company may not have enough assets, okay, to secure against a loan, okay, secure a loan, okay, using those assets, okay. Now, what maybe the loan provider, okay, the debt provider, the debt holder can ask is, if, for example, you don't pay me money, if you will be unable to pay me money, okay, then what is my security? You don't have the assets. I'll take a stake ownership in your firm, okay. Now, the company shares, therefore, can be used as collateral to acquire loans, okay? Which means, therefore, if you fail to pay the money, that means, therefore, the loan provider will become a shareholder in your firm, okay? The loan provider will become a shareholder in your firm. Therefore, if you're going to give 10% of your company as the collateral, 10% of your shares as the collateral, if you fail to pay, it means, therefore, the loan provider will be owning 10% stake in your company. If you carry out wrong valuation and you, for example, the 10%, the loan that you're going to be provided, the loan you're going to be receiving, okay, the loan you will be receiving from the loan provider is 10 million. However, the 10% shares you're giving as the collateral as the security, okay, is, let's say, worth 15 million, okay. Let me just share my board here, okay. So I explain that point, okay. Okay, so if, for example, okay, just some example. If, for example, that we're going to have here the loan provider, okay, so this is the loan provider, okay, the bank, okay. If, for example, they're going to give a loan, okay, let's say $1 million, okay, and the company want to secure, or rather, the loan is secured against the company shares. The security is the company share. The security is the company shares, okay. If, for example, you're going to give this particular of the stake of the percent of the share they can take up, okay, is equal to 10% of the company. If at the time the loan was given in the year 2020, for example, okay, what's the value of this 10% of, for example, the 2 million issued shares, okay? So this company has 2 million issued shares, okay? They're not issued as per se, okay? 2 million shares, let me just go 2 million shares, okay? Now, what's the value of these 2 million shares of the company, okay? If you're going to give this person 10% of the 2 million, okay, that implies therefore they're going to be having 0.2 million shares, okay? What's the value of this ownership stake they have taken up in the company, okay? The security they have taken up, you have secured that loan against, okay? If, for example, one share of this company, its value is, let's say, 50, okay? This one share is equal to 50, okay? There's a value per share. That implies, therefore, the value or the security value, okay, is 0.2 million times 50, okay? That gives us, therefore, 0.2 million times 50 to give us, therefore, 10 million, okay? Now, what implies, therefore, if you have to fail, don't forget this 10 million, okay, it means you have over collateralized your loan, okay? That the value of the loan is lower than security, okay? But don't forget, if you fail to pay the money, if you fail to pay this loan, then this loan provider will take 10% of your farm, okay, which is equivalent to the aspirated sum, $10 million. It means you're simply be transferring or giving your wealth to this loan provider. So you have to tell me, therefore, what's the value of the company's share? What's our value? You must carry out valuation, therefore, of your farm. Valuation, for example, of your shares. Can you tell me, therefore, what's the true value of our shares? Such that you do not transfer your wealth, okay? You don't transfer your wealth from your company, okay, to the loan providers, okay? You have to tell me, therefore, what's the true value of the security we want to give to this particular loan provider. Okay? Otherwise, if there's a default, then you're simply going to be giving your company to this loan provider, okay? Well, the loan you received was 1 million. However, their value is 10 million of the assets that will be taken up. Okay, this asset in quote is the shares of the company. Okay. Okay, those are the main other reasons. Okay, some of the reasons as where it's worth enough. Okay, we determine therefore the value. We try to estimate. Okay, what the value of the company of the businesses. Okay, there are more than this. Okay, but essentially that could be one of the reasons as why it's worth enough. We carry out a valuation. Okay, of company. Okay, valuation of company. We have a scenario where in case where we have, for example, a private equity, okay, a scenario where we have a private equity, okay. Don't forget the private equity, okay, can say that you're going to invest in your farm, or even in the case of venture capital, okay. So here you have a financier, okay. So here we have a financier, okay, who want to finance or give the company finances, okay. They want to finance the company, okay. Which implies, therefore, for them to give up their money, okay, of course, what do you do? In exchange, you're going to give a stake of ownership in the company, okay? It's more or less like going to be the case of floating, okay? But however, this, we are not floating shares, okay? We are simply asking a financier to come and take up, okay? In the case, you're going to have a case of private equity, okay, we are simply going to be investing in private company. Then in exchange for their money, okay, of course, they're going to take a stake of ownership in the farm. Which implies, therefore, you need to, before this private equity provider, okay, financier comes over, determine, therefore, what's your company before they came over, okay? How much money is this private equity provider going to come with, okay? How much money are they going to finance the company, okay? Then how much stake are they going to be having after the company has received, in quote, okay, the money from them, okay? The same case is going to apply for the venture capitalist, okay? The same case is going to apply for the venture capitalist, okay? These are also financiers, venture capitalists, okay? They're going to invest in your farm. This venture capitalist will be investing in your farm, okay? In exchange, they would want to have a stake of ownership in the farm, okay? Don't forget that, therefore, you need to tell them, therefore, how much money are you going to receive from this venture capitalist, okay? In exchange, okay? In exchange, how much of your stake of your company is this venture capitalist going to be asking, okay? Are they asking for more than what they're providing, for example, okay? they asking for a higher value stake in my company than the amount of money they're giving me. So you need to therefore carry out a valuation of your business. Okay. Now the different method, the different method you can use when it comes to valuation of firms, okay, as well as valuation of financial instrument. Okay. The first method is called the use of the NAV, the net asset value method. Okay, because that's called net asset value method, the net asset value method, NAV. Not NAV, okay? We did discuss later on what we mean by NAV, okay? But simply, NAV is what is the excess of company total assets? What is the excess, okay, of the company total assets over the company total liability? That simply is what was the net assets. Okay? As the name is suggesting, net assets. Okay, what is the company net asset position? Okay, what is the excess of the company assets over liability? Okay, that is one of the easiest way of trying to determine the value of firm by the use of the net asset value method. Okay. Another method which we'll be discussing is what called income-based valuation. Okay, one of them is the use of the price to earning ratio method. Okay, the use of the PE ratio, the price to earnings ratio method. Okay, which I think you've discussed in the past, but we'll discuss it even now. Okay, the use of the PE ratio method. Okay, the method is called the use of the earnings yield method. Okay, and simply earnings yields is the reciprocal of the PE ratio. Earnings yield is reciprocal of price to earnings ratio. Okay, so simply we can discuss the two methods. Okay, you can also use, okay, in the valuation of equity, in valuation of the company equity. Okay, we can use the dividend valuation model, which we already discussed when we were discussing on the cost of capital. Okay, so we shall repeat it again. Okay, how we carry out, okay, valuation by the use of the dividend valuation model. Okay. Then also, we can also use the so-called use of the discounted cash flow methods, okay, which we discussed, for example, in the valuation of bonds, which we have discussed already, okay. So I will just highlight on how, just to remind you, okay, how do you value bonds, okay? How do you value bonds that are irredeemable, okay? How do you value bonds that are redeemable? How do you value bonds that are convertible, okay? So I'll just highlight what we discussed some few months ago, okay. Anyway, let's begin the first method, the use of the net asset value method, the NAV method. As I just mentioned, okay, we do say that the net asset value position, the net asset value of firm, okay, is simply the excess of the company total assets, okay, over the company total liability, both current and non-current, okay, both for assets and liability. But simply, what is the total of the company? You're going to simply, okay, one of the ways you can try to assess the NAV, okay, is by going through the company balance sheet, okay, by submitting what is, as per the company balance sheet that the 1st of December 2019, okay, what is the company total assets? Okay, it is 10 million. What is the company total liability at that point in time? It is 3 million. There was the excess of the assets over liability is 10 million minus 3 million to give us therefore 7 million. That simply is how we determine therefore the net asset value of a firm. The excess of the company assets over the company liability, both current and non-current, both current and non-current. Okay, that's the NAV, the net asset value. Okay. Generally, when it comes to the determination of the value of the asset, when it comes to determining, therefore, what is the total value of the company assets, okay, or the company, what is the total value of the company assets, okay, we do use only the tangible assets. We only use the tangible assets, okay, that are the physical assets, okay, of the company, okay. We do have what we call the intangibles, okay. We do have the intangibles, okay. They can form part and parcel of the company total assets, the intangible assets, okay. However, in the case of the intangible assets, okay, we normally, okay, do exclude them when carrying out this analysis. When getting the NAV, we normally ignore the company intangible assets, okay, unless those intangible assets, okay, unless those intangible assets of the company, they do have their own independent market value. Okay. In the case where you'd have those intangible assets and they have their own independent market value, by that I mean it is possible for you to go to the market, okay, and tell the market, I have these assets, I have these intangible assets, okay, I'm selling for 10 million, and the market can pay for that asset, okay, independent of the company. Then those intangible assets, you can include them in the analysis. They can form part and parcel of the company total assets. But in case you have those intangibles, in case we do have those intangible assets, okay, in case we have those intangible assets where they are part and parcel of the firm, by that I mean that it is not possible to go to the market and tell the market, this is my intangible, okay. I have very good managers, okay. The value of my managers is Y shillings, okay. Don't forget that can happen, okay. Don't forget having a good management, okay, in itself is an asset, okay. However, can you be able to sell it in the market? It is not possible. Can you go to the market and say, enter the market, I have a goodwill worth 10 million. Can the market pay for that goodwill? They can't pay for that goodwill. Don't forget, the goodwill is part and parcel of the company business. Okay, so all those intangibles, okay, where it is not possible for them to be disposed of independent of the company, separately from the company, then we do ignore them when carrying out the analysis. Okay, so you're only going to include the tangible assets of the company, okay, the tangible assets of the company, okay, plus those intangibles that may be having a separate value from the firm. It is possible for the company to dispose this intangible without having to dispose the entire business. Okay, that what we mean by intangibles. Or those intangibles, you can include them in the analysis. You can include them in the analysis. Okay. If the firm is being involved in research, okay, this firm has in the past been involved in research, okay, so they may have capitalized some of those costs, okay, some of those costs may have been capitalized, okay. So if it is an ongoing investment, is an ongoing research, okay, if it is an ongoing research, okay, and this research is paid, it is not possible for the company to go to the market, okay, and sell that ongoing research products, okay, ongoing R&D, okay, then also that R&D ought not be, you should not include it in the analysis. However, because I'm talking about a case where the market, okay, you can go to the market and sell a research, okay, if it's possible to sell this research products, okay, in the market, then you can include the R&D, okay, as part and parcel of the company assets when valuing under the use of the NAV method, okay. So just the simple thing is just note, okay, that under the NAV method, we are going to use only those assets, okay, the tangible and only the intangibles, okay, that have a separate market value from the firm, minus the company total liability. When it comes to getting the NAV, when it comes to getting the net asset value of the business, okay, we do consider or we do use three basis, okay, the three bases you can use, okay, the three bases you can use. The first one is the use of the historical cost basis, okay, the use of the historical cost basis. Now, under the use of the historical cost basis, okay, what happens that here we are still going to be assuming, okay, that the company. Don't forget the company here, under the use of the NAV method, the assumption the company is like it is closing down. The company is liquidating, okay. Now, in the case of the historical cost basis, okay, we make an assumption that the value of the company assets as per the date of the accounts publication, okay, the date when the accounts were published, okay. If, for example, the net book value of the company motor vehicle is 10 million, okay, we assume that it is possible for the market, it is possible for the company to get that value through the disposal of that asset from the market. It is possible to go to the market and tell the market, I have an asset with a net value of 10 million. The market is going to give you the 10 million. Okay, that's simply the use of the historical cost basis. Okay. The easiest way, simply go to the company balance sheet. Okay, determine therefore what is the company total asset as per the face of the balance sheet. Okay, minus the company total liability as per what they appear on the balance sheet. Okay. the excess of the assets, okay, on the balance sheet minus the total liability as per the balance sheet, okay, is referred to as the net asset value using the historical cost basis. The historical cost basis, okay. Simply, therefore, through the use of the balance sheet, okay. So simply, we're trying to just determine, okay, what is the company total asset value, okay, as per the close of the year, okay, using their net book value, using their historical cost basis. The other basis you can use when it comes to the valuation of the NAV, or getting the NAV, okay, there is of the replacement cost basis, okay? The replacement cost basis. Now, at this basis, okay, at the use of the replacement cost basis, okay, we make an assumption that we are going to, if the business is still ongoing, okay, if the business is still ongoing, okay, and we want to buy those assets, okay, if we are to buy, as a company, we have a motor vehicle, okay, motor vehicle model X, okay, it has a life of 10 years, okay, we have used this asset for 5 years, okay. If we had to go to the market, okay, to buy a similar asset, okay, with 10 years useful life, used for 5 years for this particular model, now how much is the market going to be asking you for it, okay? Don't forget, you're buying this motor vehicle since the business is still ongoing, okay? The easiest way of trying to determine the replacement value of that asset is simply you go to the market, you buy an exact similar asset. Now, how much do you pay for that particular asset? Okay, that simply is referred to as the replacement value of the asset. Okay, if we are to replace that asset, the exact same asset, how much therefore are you going paying for that particular asset? The total amount you'll be paying for all the company assets, okay, become therefore the total replacement value of the asset minus the total value of the liability. Okay. Don't forget, for liability, we don't have a replacement value. Okay, we are simply assume that you're going to be a good company and you pay all your suppliers money. Okay, so for liability, we don't use the historical or the replacement or the realizable value. Okay, so we assume you do pay them as they appear on the balance sheet. Okay, that basis comes to valuation of the company is the use of the realization basis. The use of realization basis. We are realizing the asset company. In short, the company is disposing these assets in the market. The company is disposing this asset in the market. This company has a motor vehicle, okay, for model X, okay, used for 5 years, okay. Now, if the company was to go to the market and ask the market to buy off their assets, okay, so the company is going to go to the market, present these assets to the market, okay, with all their features. How much is the market willing to pay for them? How much is the market willing to buy them from the company? The amount the market is willing to pay for them, the amount once the company disposes, once the company realizes this asset in the market, how much is the company going to be receiving? The total potential amount the company can receive from the disposal of those assets, okay, minus the total liability as per the book values, okay, give us therefore the NAV by the use of the realization basis. Okay, let me just present, okay, to make it easy to understand. Let me just using something here. Okay, first you see that the NAV, okay, the net asset value, okay, is equal to the total assets, both current and non-current, minus total liability, both current and non-current. Okay, and here we made a caution, okay, that hey, you exclude the intangibles, okay, exclude the intangibles unless it's intangibles, okay, intangible assets, unless they have an independent market value. Okay, you see that if you're going to use the historical cost basis, okay, if you're going to use the historical cost basis, okay, you see you're going to the company balance sheet, okay, determine the total book value, okay, of assets minus the total book value of the company liability. Okay, you're using you're simply using, okay, the book values, okay. You can also use, okay, the replacement cost basis. I'm mentioned here, okay, we're simply going to determine therefore the replacement value, the asset replacement value, minus book value of liability. As I mentioned, for liability, the value remains the same. Whatever method we're going to be using, okay, we assume that as a company, you pay every person the amount you owe them, okay. Then you have the realization basis, the use of realization basis. Again, you go to the realization basis, realization value, realizable value of common assets, okay, minus the company, the book value of all the company liabilities. Okay, those are the three bases that you can use. Okay, so be careful on what base you're meant to, use. Okay, conventionally we do use this method. Okay, the last method is of the realization method. Just in case it's the question by examiner is silent, then of course we are normally going to use the realization basis. Okay. Those are three bases we can use when it comes to assessing the NAV, the net asset value. Okay, the net asset value. The three bases that we can use. Okay. Generally, don't forget the key assumption normally make when it comes to the NAV method. Okay, is that the company is closing down, the company is being liquidated. So generally, okay, the NAV given therefore. Don't forget, if the company is closing down, no one is going to pay a premium for it. Okay, if this product is being disposed, okay, in the market, the company is closed. This is being liquidated. Okay, the company has no going concern. Okay, no one is going to pay a premium, okay, for it. Okay, therefore the NAV therefore, okay, give therefore the minimum possible value. Okay, the minimum price therefore of the minimum value of that company. Okay, so the company value. Okay, in case you're a shareholder and you want to sell off your company, then you should never go below the NAV. Okay, if you are disposed of your company, then of course you can't go below the NAV. Okay, so it sets the floor value. It sets the minimum possible value that shareholders should accept, maybe in case it's an offer, okay, that is being made by the acquirer. Okay. Okay, as mentioned, okay. Also, in case asset backing for the shares company, I think I'll measure that. Okay. Also, in the case of a measure of comparison, in case of a merger, okay, we have two companies who want to merge, okay, to form one single firm. We have CBA and we have NIC. They want to form one firm. That means therefore we can use, or this can be easy, okay, or rather, when it comes to assessing the two companies that want to merge, okay, we have the NIC and we have the CBA, okay. Maybe, okay, this is not the best method to use when it comes to value, but essentially, okay, you consider basis, okay, determine therefore you as NIC, what is the asset you bring on board, okay, and what is the liability. You as CBA, okay, what assets do you bring on board, okay, and how much liability do you owe? Okay. So we can do that as a simple comparison, okay. We determine therefore what is the NAV of, for example, the CBA, what's the NAV of NIC. So they have the combined firm. We can say therefore the shareholder, okay, of NIC, okay. We understand therefore what was your contribution to the joint firm, okay. What was the contribution you have? Is simply the NAV. You are CBA. What is the contribution? Is simply what is the NAV. Okay, so you can make a comparison of those two companies that want to merge. And therefore, if they do merge, what control should the shareholder of NSC after the merger be controlling in the new firm? What percentage of control should the shareholders of the CBA, okay, control in the new merged firm? Okay, by simply the use of the NAV. Simple that. Okay. That's the use of the NAV, the net asset value. Okay, the net asset value. As I just mentioned, don't forget, in this method, we have made our assumption, okay? One of them is that this company is closing down, okay? The company is closing down, okay? And you have said that we generally do ignore, okay? So if the company is closing down, that implies, therefore, don't forget, okay? People are willing to pay for something, not because of to this value, but even for the potential return it can bring to the firm, okay? The going concern value, okay? When it comes to the use of the NAV, don't forget that the going concern value of the assets is ignored, okay? What's the potential value that this motor vehicle can bring to this firm, to the purchaser in the next 10 years? That is ignored. We consider it as part of this term. With the future, it is not there, okay, for this firm, since it is liquidated, since it is closed down, okay. So the better part of the company value is going to be watered down, okay, because the going concern, okay, the future prospects are not there, okay. And for most assets, they drive their value because of the future potential cash flow they can use for the firm. Over and above that, don't forget you say that we do ignore the intangibles. Okay, we do ignore intangibles that don't have a separate market value from the firm. However, for some businesses, especially those are more towards service oriented. Okay, for some businesses are more towards service oriented. Okay, don't forget most of your value is because of the service you provide. Now, how do you value the service you have? How do you value good employees? How do you value good management? Okay, how do you value? There's some intangibles that essentially they are part and parcel of the firm to an extent that you can attach some value to it. You can attach monetary amount to it. There's no cash figure you can attach to them. But now, if you use the NAV method, you have ignored all this. Okay, you have ignored the biggest chunk of the company's value. If, for example, it is more towards a service orientation. Okay, that is become therefore one of the major weaknesses of the use of the NAV method. Okay, and that's what the NAV method, the use of the net asset value method. We can use to cancel valuation of firms. We can also use to call the use of the price to earnings ratio method. Okay, we can also use to call the use of the PE ratio method, the price to earnings ratio method. Okay, you've done this, but let me just repeat it. Okay, the PE ratio is simply how much appreciation. Okay, just open news. As I just mentioned, the P ratio, which is more or less, like, for example, given as the market value per share, MPS, we divide by the earnings per share, or simply the company total market value, we divide by the company total earnings. The P ratio simply, okay, for every dollar or for every shillings of the company earnings, okay, how much value does the market give it? Does the market attaches to it? Okay, for every shilling of earnings of the company, how much value? What is the extent of the market appreciation? Okay, of that 1 shilling of the company earnings? Okay, to what extent do they appreciate? Okay, so simply going to be is the extent of market appreciation of the company earnings. Either way, our concern is to get the market value. Our concern is to get the market value. And therefore, if we make market value, okay, in this formula, we do make the market value the subject of the formula. The market value will be equal to the MPS, will be equal to the price to earning ratio, we multiply by the earnings of the company, the earnings of the business, okay, the earnings of the business. Oh, you can't see the board. Now, what do I do now? Can other see the board? There's someone who can see the board. Asma, can you see the board? Asma? Asma, can you see the board? Hey, Asma is not in class. Hey. Daniel, you can see the board? Daniel?
I can't see the board.
You can't see the board?
I can't see anything.
What's happening? What's happening here? David, can you see the board?
Yeah, I can see the board.
You can see the board?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask again. That was done. Daniel, can you see my board now?
No,
I'm not sure what you can do now.
no, I can't.
You can't see the board.
I cannot say.
What do you do now? Let me check someone else because David can say it. Susan, can you see the board? Susan?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Now, what do I do now? Because some can see, others can't see. I'm not sure what I can do. We try to log in again, maybe that can help. I don't know, but I'm trying just to guess that, as I'm assuming that can attempt. Okay, maybe try to log in again, maybe to assist it to be able to resolve the issue. Okay, the use of the price to earning ratio. Okay, the use of the price to earning ratio. Yes, that's simply the P ratio is the extent of the market, the value the market attaches to the one earning of the dollar, the earnings of that firm. Okay, the market value the market is attaching to the earnings of that business, the earnings of that firm. Now, you see that simply in case you want to get the market value, what do you do? Okay, we just simply going to make the market value the subject of the formula. We make the market value the subject of the formula. Okay, where if the market value is equal to the price to earning ratio, we multiply by the earnings of the company. Okay. Okay, that's good, Daniel. Okay, now the Charles. Now, in case. Now, where would you want to get the market value, okay, of the same firm by the use of its own P ratio? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Therefore, generally, the use of the P, or rather, we do use the P ratio method if you're attempting to, for example, determine, okay, what value should this firm be, okay, for example, by the use of the price to earning ratio of other firms, okay. If, for example, you have two companies, okay, we have three companies that form the industry. The industry, for example, towards cement manufacturing is made of three firms in a country. Okay, now what's the average? Okay, you as firm A, okay, don't forget you do form the market as firm B as well as firm B and firm C. But generally, the three of you form the industry. Okay, so you at firm A, you may want to tell me therefore, okay, if I was to operate like an average firm, okay, in this industry, what should be market value? Okay, it's simply the average PE of those three firms that make the industry, you multiply by your earnings. Another way where we do use the P ratio is in case you are attempting, okay, to value a private company, you're attempting to determine what could be the market value of this private company. An example, you are attempting to value, to estimate what ought to be the market value of Airtel Kenya. Okay, what ought to be the market value of Airtel Kenya? Don't forget, Airtel Kenya does not have a P ratio. Why? Because it has no MPS. The share are not tradable, so they don't have an MPS. They don't have a market value. Okay. Therefore, what can you do? You can simply determine in this industry what other firm is listed. Now, in this industry, we have Safaricom. Okay, we have Safaricom. Now, what is the PE ratio of Safaricom? What's the PE ratio of Safaricom? Now, the PE ratio of Safaricom, okay, we can use it. Assume that the shares of Airtel were to trade, or the market is appreciating the earnings of Airtel, the same way it is appreciating the earnings of Safaricom. You take the PE ratio, okay, of Safaricom, you multiply it by the earnings of Airtel, and out of it, we have therefore an estimated market value of what ought to be the market value of Airtel. Okay, so you're going to be using the P ratio of another business and another firm altogether. Okay, that's the use of P ratio method. The use of the P ratio method. Okay. The next method, okay, we can use is called the use of the earnings yield method. Okay, it's called the use of the earnings to yield method. Earnings to yield method. As I mentioned at the beginning of this topic, okay, we did say that earnings yield is simply the reciprocal of the price to earnings ratio method. Okay, the reciprocal. Okay, it is the reciprocal of the earnings, the price to earnings ratio method. Okay, you just see that the P ratio, the P ratio is given us MPS divided by earnings per share. Now the earnings yield, okay, is earnings per share. We divide by MPS. You can see it's simply the reciprocal, okay, the reciprocal of the price to earnings ratio method, okay. And here we just make therefore the market value the subject of the formula. Okay, let me share my workbook here. So you see that the earnings yield, okay, is given us the earnings of the company, earnings per share, or even the total earnings. We divide by MPS. Also given the market value in case you're going to using the total values, total share value. Now we want to get therefore the market value. We want to get the market value. Okay, therefore the market value is equal to the earnings of the company. Okay, I'm just making the market value the subject of the formula. The earnings we divide by the earnings yield. Okay, simply it's earnings you divide by the earnings yield to give therefore the estimated market value of this company, of this business. Okay, if you remember, okay, just okay, recall when we are discussing on how we get the market value of shares of the company, okay, P naught, use a P naught, so that's it. We said a P naught is equal to if there's no growth in the company share, okay, is D we divide by RE. Okay, this formula I hope is good for me to you. Okay, now the same thing is happening here. Okay, the same thing is happening here. Okay, that the market value, the P naught, okay, is earnings divided by earnings yield. Okay, therefore in this case, therefore we are making an assumption that there is no growth in dividend. There's no growth in dividend. No growth in dividends. We went ahead and said if there's growth in dividends, then the P naught, okay, was equal to D naught 1 plus G RE minus G. I assume these formulas are quite clear to you because you've done them in the past. Okay. Now, in case now here we have growth in the company earnings. Okay. In case here we have growth in the company earnings, there the market value will be equal to earnings. We need to grow those earnings by the earnings growth 1 plus G, where now the G is the growth in earnings. We divide by earnings yield minus G, just like what you have here. Cost of equity minus G. Okay, in this case, therefore, is earnings yield minus the growth in those earnings to give, therefore, our estimated market value of the companies if you to use the earnings yield method where the earnings of the company are growing. In this context, we assume there's no growth in the company earnings, just like what we did here. Okay, when we're doing the valuation of company equity share. Now here, okay, what we did here when we're doing the cost of equity, the cost of equity, okay. Now this is more or less like what we have just done here, okay. And that's how we do get the company value, okay, by the use of the earnings yield method. By the use of the earnings yield method, okay. The P ratio and the earnings yield, simply earnings yield, as I mentioned. Okay, let me just repeat. Okay, the earnings yield is the reciprocal. Okay, of the price to earnings ratio. Question? Clear? Okay, so that's on the valuation of firm. Okay, we can also use, okay, I know I've already mentioned it, but just to mention it again, okay, on the valuation of companies, we can also use the dividend valuation model. We can also use the dividend valuation model. we see that the market value, okay, if you want to per share, okay, is P naught is equal to D naught 1 plus G. We divide by cost of equity minus G. Okay, so we have done this already when we were discussing the cost of equity. Okay, and that's we tell the market value of company share. Okay, if we are to use here, or in case here we have used total dividend, okay, our denominator here is total dividend, then of course therefore we are estimating the total value of this P naught is given the total value of the company. Okay, it won't be a share, it won't be P naught, it won't be market price per share, it's the market price of that firm. Okay, so if is D naught one share, is it per share or is it total dividend? If the denominator here is total dividend, then we are estimating, okay, we are estimating the company total value. Okay, so here is a case of we assume there's growth in the dividend. Okay, so case of growth in dividend, case of dividend growth. Just remind us here also, okay, if there's no growth in dividend, no growth in dividend, it is a P naught is equal to D divided by cost of equity. Okay, I think you have done this all together. Okay, how do you value therefore? Okay, the use of the cash flow based valuation. Okay, how do you therefore do you value bonds? Okay, bonds valuation. Okay, we have done this, but just repeat. Okay, on bonds valuation. Okay, we can make the first one. Okay, if this bond is irredeemable. Okay, we see that the market value of the bond, if it is irredeemable, okay, is equal to P naught, is equal to the interest that the bondholder will receive, okay, of course, net of tax, okay, 1 minus T, we divide by the cost of debt. Okay, we did this already. Okay, if this bond is redeemable, if this bond is redeemable, with the P naught is equal to the present value of the interest you get, okay, over the life of the bond. Okay, therefore is going to gain us, okay, interest 1 minus C, of course, multiplied by the present value times present value and factor the life of the bond, N years, okay, R% the cost of the debt. Okay, in the final year you're going to receive the redemption value. Okay, we discount it back to year 0, present value interest factor N years R%. Okay, that's okay. Therefore, the market value of the bond that is redeemable, which you've done. Okay, but just to re-emphasize, okay, in this topic. Now, if the bond is convertible? Okay, if the bond is convertible bond, which the market value of this bond, P naught, is going to equal to the present value of the interest you receive for the life of the bond. Okay, multiplied by the present value and factor N years, okay, R%. In the final year, you have a next option, okay, because this bond is convertible. So either you redeem the bond, redemption value, or the conversion value, okay, times the present value, interest factor, N years R%. Okay, so it's very simple. Okay, what type of bond are we dealing with? Is it redeemable, or convertible bonds? Okay, and maybe the last one. Okay, if you're doing the valuation of preference share. Okay, valuation of preference share. Okay, here we assume that these preference shares are irredeemable. Okay, so generally we assume that the preference shares are irredeemable. Okay, they are irredeemable. In the case, therefore, the market value of those preference shares will be equal to, we discount the preferred dividend back to year 0. Okay, discount by the mark to year 0, from infinity to year 0. Simply dividend we divide by RP. And that's the valuation of company and valuation of financial instruments. Clear? Question? Okay, if there's no question, then you cannot attempt to apply, okay, those models in a question. Okay, we can attempt to apply those models discussed in a question. Okay, so let's take a short break. Okay, then you come back and you go through the question bank. Okay, we see the question your examiner has set in the past. Clear? So we take a short break. Let me see, where is Mosoti? Mosoti. Mosoti.
Yes.
So you can take a break.
Yes.
How long?
15 minutes.
So we can meet at 7:18.
Yes.
Okay, so let's meet at 7:19. 7:19. Okay, fair enough. Let's meet at 7:19. Okay, so let's attempt some of the questions that your examiner has tested in the past. Okay, some of the questions your examiner has tested in the past. Okay, and then this can be here for a question. Okay, May 2019. Okay, so we can look at May 2019, question 1B. So May 2019. So May 2019. Okay, question 1B. Okay, so go through it, then we discuss together. May 2019, question 1B. And get R equal to 12.8. We get R to be equal to 12.8%. Okay, that's therefore to be the R. Okay, 12.8%. To be the return the holder shall be receiving over the next 5 years. Okay, if they continue holding on this bond. Okay, holding on this bond. Okay, 12.8%. Don't forget, if you check here, the minimum, okay, the question, it told that the minimum required rate of return was 18%. So even if we're going further, okay, therefore you can make an advice to the investor, okay, that hey, this investment is yielding for you 12.8%. However, it is way below your required of 18%. Therefore, don't take option one or don't invest in this corporate bond. Okay, that is option one. Okay, 12.8% is lower than the required return of 18%. Therefore, don't invest. Okay. Clear? Question? Okay, so no question. Then part two, option two. Okay, option two. Okay, so on the screen I scroll up a bit. Okay, I'm not sure how far you want. I think that's okay. Okay, that's option one. Option two. Okay, option two. We have to invest in a 16% debenture. So this debenture is yielding interest. Okay, with a face value of 100. Currently, at the market is going for 95. It will be redeemed in 5 years' time. The redemption value is silent, as we mentioned. We assume that the redemption will occur at the face value. Okay. Therefore, we say that P naught, okay, is equal to the interest, present value, the interest, present value, and factor, n years R percent, okay, plus the redemption value times present value interest factor, n years R percent, okay. The present value is 95, so 95 is equal to the interest. Okay, so this bond is yielding interest is 16% of 100. Of course, we get 16. There's no tax here, okay? So we can just leave it there. 16 times present value and factor. How many years? 5 years, okay? 5 years are percent. The redemption is silent, so we assume it is the redemption is at the face value of 100 times present value interest factor, okay? 5 years are percent, okay? The use of the trial and error method. The use of the trial. So here, get to use the IRR, okay? The IRR formula, okay, or method. Is what we're going to be using. Therefore, in this particular case, okay. Now, 16 divided by 95. What do you get? 16 divided by 95. 16 is the interest. 95 is the market value. 16 the interest divided by market value. 16. You get how much? The nearest of percent. 16 divided by 95. The nearest of percent we get. So the reason why I'm saying 16 divided by 95 is what is the cost of this debenture if it was to be irredeemable? It's simply 16 divided by 95, okay? And we get 17, okay? So we can therefore start discounting at 17%, okay? So what if now we discount at 17%? We discount those cash flows to be equal to. I'm not sure whether 17% is in your tables, okay? So we're going to use a discount rate that is in your tables. And actually it's not there. So let's use 18%, because 17% is not on your tables. Let's use 18% since it's on your tables. Okay, so let me change this to 18% to use what is on your tables. Okay, 18%. Therefore, to be equal to 0 will be equal to be a 0. Okay, it will be equal to negative 95. Okay, plus 16 times present value and factor 5 years 18% plus 100 times present value interest factor 5 years 18%. What do we get with the sum? If you have to discount these two, the cash flows, okay, we have to discount 16 and 100 at 18%. Okay, what do you get with the sum of the cash flows? And we get negative 1.258, okay, negative 1.528, okay. Which implies therefore, I guess we can go a lower discount rate, okay. We discount the same cash flows, but let's say at 16%, okay. Don't forget, it's a trial and error method, so you can try another rate that you prefer, okay. Let me reduce my rate to 16%, okay. At 16% equal to negative 95, okay, plus 16 times present value and factor 5 years 16% plus 100 times the present value interest factor 5 years 16%. Get how much to be the sum of the cash flows? And we get 4.99. We get 4.99. Okay. Therefore, our discount rate is between 16 and 18. Okay. Therefore, say the R. Okay. Which in this case actually is the yield to maturity. The cost of debt, which in this case the yield to maturity, is equal to 16% plus 2%. The difference between 18 and 16. The value as 60% was 4.99. We divide by 4.99 minus 1.26 maybe. You get how much? 17 point. Okay, 17 point. Okay, 17.6%, 17.6%, okay, 17.6%. Now that is the return every year, okay, this investor will be receiving a return equal to 17.6%, okay. We go back to what return does this investor need? The return that this investor need was wanting or requiring was 18%. Do we invest option 2? No, because the return required was 18. The return to be received in this particular bond, this debenture, is 17.6%. It is not yet at 18%. Therefore, neither of option 1 or option 2 seem a good investment. Why? Because they are yet to achieve the required return of 18%. Okay. Oh, that's clear. Okay, don't forget you're meant to make advice. Yes, you're meant to advise. Okay, you need to discuss that. Okay, that neither option 1, option 2, neither option 1 or option 2 should be taken by the investor. Why? Because the yield to maturity of option 2 is 17.6%, lower than the required return of 18%. Okay, in option 1, the return that was received was 12.8%, which is also lower than the required return of 18%. So neither of the two options, therefore, do meet the criteria of at least 18% return. Okay, that's for part B. Hope it's clear. If not, let me know. Then part C. Okay, part C on the same question. Part C. So go through part C. We discuss together. Next question. You've been asked to determine the value of the 1,000 shares of Upedro Limited. Okay. So simply we are being asked to get what is or what should be the market value of one share of Pedro, because it's simply multiplied by 1,000 to get the total value of those 1,000 ordinary shares. So first, we're going to use the dividend valuation model. Okay, we did say that P naught is equal to D naught plus G. Okay, we divide RE minus G. Okay. In this example, to apply this model might be a bit tricky, not tricky as per se, but we have the growth in, there's some period where the growth is not constant. Okay, as you can see, we told that for the first 3 years, the growth is 10%. After that, the growth is 8%. After that, the growth is 5%. So you can see the growth is not a constant growth. Okay, so that implies, therefore, we need to discount the dividend between year 0 and year 5, okay, individually. Okay, because don't forget the G here, this G is the growth to infinity. Okay, and this is the growth to infinity, which is applying at year 5 to infinity, which is our 5% here. Okay, therefore don't forget that we said that as per the fundamental theory of valuation, the market value of financial instrument is the sum of present value of all the future cash flows that this instrument or this asset shall be bearing for the holder. Okay. Therefore, we can say that in future, the future is begins in year 1. Okay, so we get to at the end of year 1. So we can say here, let me just call this year 1. Wait here, better way. So we can have year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. Don't forget the G to infinity is from year 5 onward. Okay, is after that. Okay, then here I can say this is the dividend. This is the future cash flows to be earned. In year 1, the potential dividend that will be earned, okay, is how much? Currently, the company has been paying an average of 1.5 per year in the recent year. So therefore, what is getting paid in the next 1 year is going to be 10% more, okay, which is therefore be 1.5 times 1.1, okay. I hope that's clear. It is 10.5 times 1.1, okay, because from the previous year, in the next 1 year, there will be 10% growth. And this is going to be for the next 3 years, okay? Therefore, year 2 will be 1.5 times 1.1 squared. Year 3 to be 1.5 times 1.1 to the power of 3, okay? Now, let's have these figures in 2 decimal places, okay? For the sake of being consistent, okay? So, what is there for the date for year 1? 1.65, maybe 1.65. For year 2, 1.8. Year 2, 1.8. I'm waiting for your confirmations. So 1.82, 1.82. Thank you. Year 3 will be 2 points. 2, exactly 2. Okay, exactly 2. Then in year 4, be careful. Okay, the growth from year 3 has changed from 10% to 8%. Therefore, year 4 will be, the previous dividend was 2 times 1.08. Okay, the growth between after year 3 is now 8%. Is now 8%. Therefore, how much dividend, therefore, do we receive 4 years from now? 2 points. $2.16, we get 2.16. So that will be the dividend paid in year 4. Year 5, okay, it is going to be 2.16, okay, times 1.08, because the growth from year 4 to year 5 is the same, okay, or simply 2 times 1.08 squared, okay, or simply 2.16 times 1.08, we get 2.3. 2.33, it was 2.33. Therefore, the dividend paid in year 5, okay, will be 2.33. Okay, thank you. Now, the 5% occurs after that. The 5% occurs after that. Okay, therefore, this growth, okay, so if you apply this formula here, okay, let me just go back to the formula above there. Okay, now here, the growth, the 5% growth, okay, is or will be on the 5% growth. The first 5% growth will be on the D5. Don't forget here. After year 5, the growth after that, okay, is it will be at 5%. I think you've just been told in the question. Okay, therefore, this G here, okay, is being applied on the D5. Okay, therefore this is D5 because the 5% is after year 5. So the first growth, okay, or the 5% growth will be first on the 2.33, which in this case, therefore, is D5. Okay, I hope that's clear. Okay, but it will be on D5 because the growth is occurring after the 5% is occurring at the first growth of 5% is at the 2.33. In this case, therefore, dividend for year 5, D5. Okay, D5. Okay, then you can have 1 plus G. RA minus G. Now, if you observe, okay, or in case you've been observant, okay, sorry. Don't forget here, we have D naught, and here you have P naught. Now, in case you're going to use, in this case, we have used D5. Now, do we get P naught? No, we're going to get P5. Okay, well, that's clear, okay. So since here we're using D5, okay, and if we're going to get the P5, we're going to get P5, the share price at the end of year 5. Here, in this example here, it was a share price today, okay, but here we have used D5. Therefore, this is giving the share price year 5, will be P5, share price at year 5. Why? Because we've used D5. That's clear. Which means, therefore, the share price at year 5, the P5, okay, will be equal to D5 is 2.33. The growth from year 5, okay, 5 going onward is 5%, 1.05. We divide by cost of equity, which we told is equal to 12%, and the required return on rate of return, 0.12 minus 0.05, and we get how much to be the P5. Now, what does P5 mean? It means the present value of the dividend for year 6 to infinity. P5 means the sum total of the present values of all the dividends to be received from year 6 to infinity. What does P0 imply? P0 implies the present value of all the dividends to be paid from year 1 to infinity. Okay, oh, that's clear. Okay, so P5 here, we get it to be equal to 39. Don't round off. Okay, at the working point. 34.95, that 4.5 by 0.95. Now this 34.95 is the present value at the end of year 5 of all the dividends for year 6 to infinity. Therefore, we can have here, okay, so we can add, okay, so let's add here. In year 5, we have the dividend for year 5, but we also have the dividend for year 6 to infinity, okay, the P5 we have done, you've just done here. Therefore, plus that 4.95. Don't forget this is year 5, and this is P5, okay, oh, that's clear, okay. That 4.95 represents the dividend for year 6, for year 7, for year 7, for year 8, all the way to infinity, okay, all the way to infinity. Therefore, at the end of year 5, we have the D5 plus the P5. And P5 is simply a sum total of the dividend for year 6 to infinity in present value terms at that point in time, okay? That is 5 years from now, okay? Therefore, what's the cash flow for year 5? The sum of those two simply, okay? That's 7 point. That's 7 point. Okay, the 7.28, that's 7.28, okay? That's 7.28. We see that, we just see that the market value, okay? The market value of a financial instrument, okay, is simply the sum total of the present value of all the cash flows, okay, of all the future cash flows that this investment get yield. We know we have D1, we have D2, D3. Now what do we do now? We discount them back to year 0 at the cost of equity. We discount them back to year 0 at the cost of equity, okay? Therefore, we can have here, let me just have another column here for present values, okay? 1.65, okay, the 1.65 we have here, okay, is being received 1 year from now. Now we discount back to year 0, okay, we discount back to year 0, okay, so let's discount. Maybe 1.65, okay, times 0. So we are discounting at 12%, okay. We are discounting, we add here is 12%. We are discounting at 12%. So just go to your tables and discount those cash flows at 12%, okay. Okay, we discount the 12%, so 0.8929. We get the present value. Year 2, 0.7972. Okay. Year 3, it will be $2, or 2 shillings multiplied by 0.7118. Then we have here year 4, 2.16 times 0.6355. Don't forget year 5, you have 2 cash flows which you combine into 1. That's 7.28, okay, times 0.5674. 5674. Look, these are present values. So we have present value here. We get the sum total of those present value. We get the sum total of those present value. What is the sum total of those present value? So we get 26.888, more or less, okay? 26.88, okay? Now that's what does that mean? It means for this, that ought to be the market value of this equity share, okay? It ought to be the market value of this equity share based on the fundamental theory of valuation, okay? That's simply the market value of an instrument is the sum of present value of all the future cash flows that particular security or instrument shall be yielding, okay? So in this example, okay, we'll be told that they are those shares, okay? Therefore, value of shares, for this particular investor, okay? This investor owns 1,000, so simply just multiply 1,000 times 26.88. Okay, therefore the value ought to be equal to 26,880 shares. Okay. All that's quite clear. Now, I have a similar question here, which I think maybe we can also do in the next 1 or 2 minutes. It's on the November 2018. Okay, it's on November 2018 question. Question 2C. November 2018. Question 2 part C. Okay, so go through it, then we attempt together. In this question, we've been asked to determine or remain to simply advise the investor as to whether they should be or they should invest in this particular company. But these are the Gordon's dividend valuation model. Okay, the Gordon's dividend valuation model. Okay, so we said P naught. Okay, in this case, we don't have a future dividends. Okay, we just have the past dividend. So we simply can be able to apply this model straight away. So D naught 1 plus G cost of equity minus G. Okay. Therefore, D naught is the most recently paid dividend. Okay, in this context, therefore, the D 2017 is our D naught. Okay, therefore, this is our D naught, which is equal to 1.48. Okay, the most recently paid dividend. Then G, we indicate the growth in dividend between 2017 2013. So D 2017, D 2013. Okay, and we have 4 years of growth. Okay, the power of a quarter minus 1. Okay, therefore this again we go to 1.8 divided by D 2013, which was 1, the power of a quarter minus 1 to give us how much to be the G. What's the annual growth in the dividend for this particular company? Okay, we get 15.83. 15.83% with the growth in, is that the growth? Oh, okay, that's quite a high growth. Anyway, okay, to get 15.83% to be the growth in the dividend between year 2013 and year 2017. Okay, I think we have all the variables because we have D naught. Okay, we have the D naught. We have the G. The cost of equity is equal to 20%. Okay, 20%. I think you have all the variables we need in order to get the P naught. Therefore, let's say P naught, therefore, is equal to D naught 1.8 times 1 plus the growth 1.1583 plus the growth in the dividend. We divide by cost of equity 20% minus the growth 0.1583, and to give us how much the cost to be the market value of the equity share by the use of the Gordon's growth model. and we get 49.98 of simply 50. Okay, we get 49.98. Okay, therefore to be the market value of the true value. Okay, what we call the intrinsic value. Okay, the value as per the model of this share ought to be 49.98. Currently, if you go to the market, that is as per the note 1 there, it is currently selling at 55. Okay, so in case you have to go to buy the shares of this company, you shall be paying 55. But what is the true value of those shares? 49.98 or simply 50. Okay, therefore, is it worthwhile for the investor to buy the shares of this company? No. Okay, therefore, the advice simply is the investor should not buy the share of this company at the current trading price of 55. Why? Because they are overvalued. Okay, the shares of this company are currently overvalued. Okay, their true value is 50, 49.98. Okay, however, the market is selling them at 55, higher value. So the market is overvaluing the shares of this company. Therefore, don't buy them. Okay, simple as that. Okay, don't buy the shares of this company. Okay, that's on the valuation of financial assets. If you can get a question that asks us to value a company, that should be a good one. Just for a quick one. I'm trying to look for a question that asks us to get the value of a company by the use of, for example, the use of P ratio, the use of the NAV. Let me see if I can get one. Most of the time, they're quite easy question, actually. Most of the time, they're very easy question to handle. Let's see if I can get one. Sometimes look for the question, but in case you get one before, in case you get a question that asks us to value a company, then that will be good. By the use of, for example, the use of P ratio, the use of the NAV method. The question I've had once, I'm not sure whether I can find it now. I seem to get that question. I'm sure that it's an odd question, or it's within our question bank here. But I cannot get that question. Here it is actually. It is in the November 2011. So it's on the sitting of November 2011. Question 2C. November 2011, question 2C. Go through it, then we discuss together. This is a very straightforward question, okay? A very straightforward question. Compute the value of the business using the the price to earn ratio method and the use of the asset method. So what is the question, okay? But anyway, there is a P to earnings ratio method. Okay, so this is giving us the company market value or the MPS. In case you want to do per share basis, we divide the company earnings. We want to get the market value, therefore the market value of the company is equal to the P ratio, we multiply by the earnings of the company. Earnings is simply the profit of the company. In this case, the P ratio, we be told is equal to 12. The earnings of the company, we be told is equal to 50 million. So we multiply by 50 million to therefore give us therefore the market value. So 12 times 50 million to give us therefore 600 million to be the company's value if we are to use the price to earnings ratio method. Okay, simple as that. Okay, that's therefore is the estimated market value of this company if we are to use the price to earnings ratio method. What if we are to use the asset method? What if we are to use the asset method? Okay, the NAV. You see that the NAV method, you see NAV is simply equal to the asset of the company, total asset of the company, minus the company total liabilities. Don't forget here, you don't mention what method to use, so we assume we use the book value simply. If you go to the company balance sheet, it has a total asset base of 155 million, minus the total liability, the current as well as non-current. In this case, the company seems not to have non-current liability, so we simply use therefore the company current liability, which is equal to 40 million, which is equal to 40 million. And that's give therefore the NAV by the use of the book value. To give therefore 115 million to be the company's value if we to use the net asset value method. Okay. As I mentioned, don't forget this give therefore the minimum possible value. This give the minimum value of the company. So the company value should never go below the NAV. In this context is 115 million. Clear? Question? Now, if there's no question, then I guess we can meet on Monday for the MOOC. We can meet on Monday for the MOOC if there's no question. Okay. That's the question. Okay. So if there's no question, then I think we can meet on Monday. Okay. So sign the register. See you on Monday for the MOOC.